In the last video, I discussed about this particular pattern of regular expressions and we created a data frame till here. Now we have to apply the get time and date function on this message date. So for better understanding of this, I created a Jupyter notebook so that it's easy to understand and kind of easy to recollect and to cope up with, right? So this all things is what I explained before. So once we get this data, this is how the data looks. I have just shown in the last video how the data was, and then I explained this regular expression in the last video, and here is the notation of this, and then we all saw how we have to split this string, right? So yes, so if we just look at the messages here, messages were separated as this messages, right? I think so. I didn't execute the cell. Yep, now I executed it. Messages. If I just shift enter, yeah. So you see that messages got separated and the date got separated. The date and time got separated and message got separated, right? Till there we saw how this was working and everything was working good till there. So we separated the messages and dates, and then we created a data frame of messages and dates. Now what we have to do is we have to apply a function where we can separate date and time like this. We want to make a function where we can separate date and time. So for example, our string is this is just a dummy example. So if we split the string at this comma, we will get date separately and we will get this entire thing separately. Okay, so date and time is nothing but string of 0 is nothing but date, string of 0 is nothing but date, and string of 1 will be nothing but this, including spaces and hyphens as well. Then I will split the time on hyphen. So I will split the time on hyphen means this will become one part and this will become one part. I do not want any white spaces, so what I will do, I will strip it up. So when I strip it up, all the white spaces will be truncated, and when I print the date and time, I will get the date and time as shown, 16, 8, 10 and this. So nothing but this whole thing I will define in a function and I will make it as generic. I will make this as generic. Okay, just see this. So def get time and date, it will take string as a parameter, and then it will split the string on comma. Then we will get two parts of it. One we will get date and then we will get time. Then what we will do is we will assign date and time as string of 0 and string of 1, because split function will return a list of words. Then we will split the time on this hyphen. So when we split this time on the hyphen, this part will be 1 and this part will be another. So what we need is we need to strip up all the white spaces so that there is no white space left. So we will strip that up, and then we will, as these both date and time are strings, we will join them and we will return them. So this is all about this function. So this function is declared. Now pandas df is equals to pandas.dataframe, that is nothing but pd.dataframe user messages message. Just now we saw how messages were, and we declared it as user messages, and then message dates to be dates, which are nothing but these dates, right? So once we get the dates, once we get this data frame, as I said that we need to get the time and date separately, we define another column here, that is nothing but message date, that is equals to df of message date, that is equal to df of message date dot apply lambda text get time and date text. So this is nothing but kind of a loop. Lambda function is nothing but a kind of an in place loop. So for every text in, so what does this lambda text mean? For every text in this message date, apply this function. Okay, so for every text in this lambda text, message date, apply this lambda function, that is nothing but get time and date text. So after doing that, we will rename the column, and then df.head would look something like this. If I just execute this, df.head would look something like this. So what I did is I copied this from here I pasted here. That is it, nothing else. Okay, so and what I did is I copied this thing and I pasted here. I didn't do df.head because I don't want to see the data frame, because I already saw how the data frame looks here. So this is basically the production code, and this is basically for us to understand clearly. Okay, so now what happens is we have cleared till here. Okay, now we want usernames separately and messages we want separately, right? We want users separately and messages separately. So how we have to check whether users how we have to separate the users from the user messages? So for that, let's visualize our user messages. So if we see user messages here, we have this most of the users, they before the colon we are having the username, and after the colon we are having the message of the user, a message which the user posted in the group. So that's what I have written. If we observe the user message, we find that the username is attached with the user message. So I need to get rid of this. For that I will use the concept of regular expression. Sample of regular expression output is space, username, and then the message of the user. So here we can see that username is at index 1 and message is at index 2. Sometimes it happens that we get the group notification also. So for that we have to use this case accordingly. So what we are doing is, it's very simple now. I'll take this example here. Okay, let's say that I'll take this example. For example, I took this. Okay, now what I am doing is, for every message in df of user messages, this is nothing but series only, no? So this is nothing but, this is iterable, no? Yes, it is iterable. So I am running a for loop. For every message in df of user message, I am defining a regular expression here. What is this specific regular expression doing? That is very important now. Just see what this regular expression is doing. Okay, so this part before colon /w and this. Okay, so this part is responsible for getting the name of the user. So as I said that before colon, whatever is present is the name of the user, or the name of the is the name of the user, or whatever is the thing, right? Whoever has posted, that is the thing. So before colon, this regular expression is important in order to extract the name of the user. After colon, whatever the message is, I want that. So that is nothing but slashes, that is represented with slashes. So I am doing that regular expression and I am passing the message. Then for if entry of 1 colon, what does this mean? Why did I write entry of 1 colon? Why didn't I write only entry? Because here I mentioned that there is group notification as well. So in group notification, there is no user who is giving some kind of message. It's only the group notification. So it doesn't have any kind of user link to it. So that is why I need the user information separately, and I want the message of the I want the username separately, and I want the message of the user separately. That is why if entry of 1 colon, that means if the length of the entry is greater than 1, then only you enter. So users.append entry of 1, messages.append entry of 2. So we get the name of the user, and then we get the name of the we get the message of the user which he or she posted, right? So this is possible only when the length of entry is greater than 1, right? If the length of entry is less than 1 or equal to 1, it's a group notification. By default, it's a group notification. So users.append group notification, there is no message linked to it, right? So what we are doing, df of user is equals to users, df of message is equals to messages. So if we just see how this looks, Yeah, so I just commented this part of the text. We'll look later what this text does. For now we'll see how this works. So if I hit on df.head, it will show me this. Just see that this was a group notification. We successfully separated the username and the text of the user which he posted in the group. He or she posted in the group, right? So till here it is clear, right? So what I am doing is I am copying this and I am pasting here users, messages and everything. Till here I will paste. Correct? From line number 34 to line number 49. That code I explained here, which is nothing but line number 20 to line number 37. From here I copied and I pasted. Okay, I copied and I pasted from line number 32 to line number 49. Copy and paste. That's it. So if you're not understanding anything, better you use Jupyter Notebook, you explore and then you type it into production directly. Okay, so once this is done, what is the next thing? The next thing is what I commented here. Now def get string. Okay, now what is this inline function doing here? This inline function is nothing but it is separating this slash n from this message. You can see this slash n which is coming up, right? So it is separating that slash n basically. Okay, so let's see how it is separating that slash n. Okay, so I am saying text dot split slash n of 0. So what is basically happening is, if this is the text, if this is the text, for example, if this is the text, so what is happening when you split that slash n? So this will be two parts here. So this will be one part and this will be another part. Okay, this will be one part of the string and this will be other part of the string. Understood? So that is what this function is doing. Small function, that's it. And then even if we don't write that function, it's okay. We can pass it directly into this lambda function only. That is nothing but text. For every text dot split slash n of 0. We can directly keep it that also here. What I mean to say is directly copy this. Copy and paste it over here instead of that function name. Once we get that, you drop this user messages, because we separated the user and the message of the user. Now we are having more clean data than this. So we'll drop this user messages and then we will select whatever columns we want. We want the message column, we want the date column and we want the user column, and then we will rename the columns accordingly. After all of that, if I do execute this cell, the data frame will result in this way. That is nothing but first we will get messages, then we will get date, and then we will get user. Message, date, user, right? So the same thing I am copying, Control C, and I am pasting here. Where? Over here, from line number 51 to line number 57. Pasting. That's it, nothing else. So in this video we covered two functions, that is this get string and this get time and date function. So in the next video we'll look about the only date, only year, only month, day name, hour, minute and everything. Till then, do practice more on regular expressions and make yourself comfortable in this, because regular expressions are the key for text processing and natural language processing as well.